So what is this, 2 weeks?
No, 10 days.
Close enough.
Yeah, so they look pretty terrible. How long did it look good for? Like 5 days?
About that.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna see how the polish removes now. Have you been using any creams or anything?
No.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is take these pads, cut them into fours, and then I'm going to split them. Okay? And pure acetone. So I'm just gonna place it, hold it for a few seconds, place it, hold it, so it sticks. Our dog is dreaming. Place it, hold it. So lately I have seen on Instagram a dermatologist talking about the white spots on the feet and how it's due to dehydration from the nail polish and the acetone, which is false. It's false, I can prove it. So using acetone once a week, it's not going to cause that, for sure. And also, polish is not dehydrating. It actually raises moisture level in the nail. This is why we should not be wearing polish when there is a risk of any type of, when people have fungal infections, anything like that. Because there is just too much moisture underneath the nail and in the nail as well. So the damage is a complicated thing. I think it's a combination of things. It's like a perfect storm. I think the actual nail polish, wearing nail polish can cause it, but not the acetone. Because I did this test once and I had a client wear polish on one of her feet and no polish on the other. And guess which nail was damaged? The one with polish. And the other foot was also scrubbed with acetone as well, as if I was removing polish. So, but it's easiest to blame acetone, right? Because nobody's gonna lose any sales when you blame acetone.
Well, the nail polish has to bond to the nail in order to stay there.
Yeah, so what do you think happens when you basically, actually, when the nail swells with water, the product is still tight on the nail. And if what happens is when that bond of the nail polish is stronger to the surface of the nail, then the layers or the cells to themselves, well, guess what's going to happen? It's going to pick up those loose cells. So the stronger the nail is, the less damage, it's going to cause, I guess. So I press down and away. So when this happens, I'm going to get that later. You know, one of the most important things when it comes to manicures, obviously is a good technique, but also glasses. Even if you don't think you need glasses, I mean, unless you have like really, really good eyesight, but like some reading glasses would be a good idea. And also very bright light, very close to the nails. Did you shorten them or anything?
Nope, haven't touched them. So
as you can see, the nail bed extended actually, because the growth was like 2 millimeters and the nails are only like 1 millimeter. So that's interesting. So as you can see, there was no staining. But the staining usually happens after continuous use of nail polish. But I don't see anything right now. So would I recommend this polish? Absolutely. I would say absolutely. So for someone who does not wear nail polish, this is actually a stain from just food, from curry or something, right? From spices. So would I recommend it for someone who does not wear polish on a regular basis? Yes, because then you just need one polish. You don't need a base coat, you don't need a top coat. Dries decently fast, although you found that you had some sheet marks even after a few hours.
Correct.
Okay.
But overall, like the wearability was fine, and just as a you know, one coat done kind of
Actually,
thing,
it's
or
two
two
coats,
coats,
but yeah.
you know,
No.
depending of
Overall, I would say it's very good.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely use it again, no?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So let me know what you think. I think actually someone in the comment section was saying that the polish is going to be discontinued.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but I'm not sure.
Buy it while you can.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Ciao.